in a world where fame can either build you or completely destroy you. Few stories are as raw and as painful as the life of Robert Downey Jr. Because long before the fame and the billions, and before the suit of Iron Man, there was a boy caught in a life he never chose. This is not just a comeback story. This is the story of a man who fell again and again and still found a way to rise. Chapter 1. A Childhood Without Boundaries. Born in New York City in 1965, Robert entered a world filled with creativity but lacking structure. His father believed in artistic freedom, but that freedom came at a cost. At just 6 years old, Robert was introduced to marijuana. Not by friends, but by his own father. At an age where most children are learning right from wrong, he was being pulled into a world he couldn't understand. Chapter 2. Searching for identity. As a teenager, Robert struggled to find himself. His parents divorced, leaving emotional scars. He dropped out of school and searched for belonging in all the wrong places. But he never lost his talent. By the early 1980s, his charm and natural acting ability made him stand out. He joined Saturday Night Live, but even then, his off-screen life was already starting to spiral. Chapter 3. The Rise of a Star. His breakout performance in Less Than Zero revealed something chilling. He played a drug addict so convincingly, because in reality, he was living it. Still, Hollywood couldn't ignore his brilliance. Then came his defining role, Chaplin. His portrayal of Charlie Chaplin earned him an Academy Award nomination. He had everything, yet he was losing control. Chapter 4. Descent into Darkness. Addiction doesn't destroy you overnight. It happens slowly until it owns you. Arrests became frequent. Rehab became routine. Police found him driving under the influence with drugs and a firearm. He broke into a stranger's home and fell asleep in a child's bed while intoxicated. These were cries for help. Chapter 5. The Prison Sentence. In 1999, the court made a decision. Robert Downey Jr. was sentenced to prison. Inside, reality hit harder than ever before. No fame, no cameras, just silence and consequences. This was the lowest point of his life. A man who once stood on red carpets now standing in line. Chapter 6. Hollywood turns its back. While he was in prison, his career collapsed completely. Studios refused to work with him. He became known as too risky and too unreliable. In Hollywood, that means you are finished. Chapter 7. The Long Road to Recovery. But something inside him refused to die. After his release, Robert chose a new life. Through discipline, therapy, and martial arts, he began rebuilding himself from the ground up. Meeting Susan Downey was a major turning point. She saw something in him that others no longer could. She gave him a condition: change or lose everything again. And this time, he listened. In Chapter 8, a second chance and a huge risk. One studio was willing to take a chance, Marvel Studios. Tony Stark was Robert Downey Jr., a genius, a flawed man, a survivor of his own mistakes. Chapter 9. Becoming a global icon. Iron Man was the beginning of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Robert became the face of a billion-dollar franchise. He wasn't just back, he was on top. Chapter 10. Success and redemption. He became one of the highest-paid actors ever, but he didn't lose himself. Chapter 11. Inner battles. Addiction is not something you cure, it is something you fight every day. Chapter 12. The legacy of a survivor. Robert Downey Jr. is now a symbol of second chances and resilience. If you feel lost or that it is over, remember this: it is never too late to change your story. That man was Robert Downey Jr., and your story? It is still being written.